Hello everybody and welcome back to Lucy, the eternity she wished for. Now, let's get started because I'm tired. Let's just get started. As soon as the classes were over, I prepared to leave. Oh yeah, I forgot what happened last time. I always do this like weekly and I always forget. But I think I remember a little bit of Lucy leaving the house, I think. Oh yeah, because his dad nearly killed her. Oh, I forgot about that. Dr. Gear struck up a conversation with me immediately after the bell, which was a real bother. I couldn't really pay attention to what he was saying. It was something along the lines of him wanting to hang out with Lucy again, but I ignored him. I set aside his demands and headed home alone. Uh-oh. This is not gonna be good. Jesus. Alright. It feels like I've been getting home a lot earlier today. And it really is true. I started going straight home after school. In the past, I would have aimlessly wandered the streets to pass some time. But I can no longer do that. Because there's someone waiting for me at home. I would have never imagined in the past that this would ever happen. Who knew going home would be this exciting? I wonder what we'll talk about. Wow. He's really gotten obsessed with him really fast. He got obsessed with music kind of fast, you know? I wonder what kind of faces she'll make, what kind of stupid things she'll say. They're really building this up to become a really devastating moment. God, stop. I wonder about the most pointless things. The pointless things that I was too excited to see. I enjoy chatting with her about the dumbest things. How much do I enjoy it? Well, it feels as if my life had been purposely so dull and boring up to this point in order to make up for my fated meeting with Lucy. God damn, why is he so obsessed all of a sudden? Dang, dude. He set his mind free. A little bit too free. To the point where I would begin to have silly thoughts like these. That's how much I enjoy it. Even I think that sounds corny, but it can't be helped. Because emotions are not something anyone can easily control. I decided to pick up my pace. Just so I'd be able to meet Lucy a little faster. Well, he's gonna be disappointed. He's gonna be disappointed. It was when I almost arrived home that I began to feel something terrible was about to happen. I didn't understand why, but I could feel it in the air. Something ominous. I quickened my pace even more. I was practically running. Oh my god. Dad's gonna come home with like oil in his face. What? Yeah, I couldn't believe what was happening before my eyes. Oh, what the hell? I felt my knees... Shit. Hold on. So apparently it crashed the game. I forgot where I stopped on. But... something ominous. I quickened my pace even more. I was practically running. Alright. Oh my god. This Windows 10 update is freaking annoying. What? I couldn't believe what was happening before my eyes. I felt my knees giving away. What kind of sick joke is this? My mouth hung wide open and refused to close. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. Lucy was on fire. Her entire body was burning up. It's probably a fever. In a place where she was always used to stand while waiting for my return. Did the dad just decide to light him on fire anyways? Or was the sun too hot that it actually started burning? While engulfed in flames, she was staring at me. Hey, what's up? My head went blank. I could not process what was happening at all. How did this happen? Lucy? It didn't feel like the Lucy in front of me was real. It felt as if I was dreaming. I laid a hand on top of Lucy. Oh, well, yeah, it was hot. It was scorching hot. The pain helped me return to my senses. Uh-oh. I charged inside the house. My father was standing in my way, trying to speak to me. I cannot comprehend what he's saying. I pushed him aside and entered the house. Fuck him off. Ah! Uh-oh. I scream. Ah! I'm not doing that. I'm not screaming. I am not screaming at all. You hear me? While running like a wild maniac, I scream on the top of my lungs. I prance around the house in a crazed fit. My vision is turning blurry because of all the tears. Only then I finally realize that I'm crying. The tears are making it difficult to see where I'm going. I head towards the living room in an attempt to locate the fire extinguisher. I've noticed that everyone has a fire extinguisher in their house. Like, I mean, at least I know a lot of people have it, but I don't have a fire extinguisher in my house. I'm not sure if that's a safety hazard or, I don't know. You should probably get one. And there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. After finding the fire extinguisher, I run as hard as I could with it. I'm in such a hurry that I stupidly fall over with a loud crash. But it doesn't matter. My knees seem to be bruised, but it doesn't matter. Without any delay, I get right back up and continue running. Jesus. I yank out the safety pin, aim the hose at Lucy, and then release the paper. Faster, faster. Praying that the fire will be put out just a little faster. I continue to spray. You can totally put that. You can totally like let it in the wrong way. After a short while, the fire vanishes like magic. But I'm pretty sure she's dead. But oh no. Jesus. Lucy, but the Lucy revealed beneath the fire didn't look too good. I'm not even sure what thumbnail is more spoilerish. What thumbnail is more spoilerish for those two. I don't know if I should use this one or the one when she's on fire. I gaze at the various patches of her skin that were melted off. Her condition isn't as severe as I thought it would be. Most likely thanks to her fire-resistant skin. I can see her very well due to my blurred vision, however. Lucy. As if my words could hurt her, I call out to her delicately. There is no reply. Her eyes are closed. There's no response coming from her at all. What are you doing? Answer me! I anxiously wait for her reply. I wait for her to open her mouth. But her unrelenting lips refuse to facilitate my desires. What is this wording? Come on. They refuse to listen to my earnest request. Lucy, this is an order. Answer me. Answer me, damn it! I tried yelling, but it doesn't change anything. Her eyelids are closed tightly shut and wouldn't budge. What have you done? And then a dad. This totally isn't a bad ending. I soon to face my father. Are you happy now? Are you proud of yourself? I've done nothing wrong. He refused to listen to me until the very end, even though I told him many times to leave. All I did was get rid of something worthless. Why? Why did you have to go this far? It's about time you opened your eyes. What's lying before you is not a dead person. It's just a broken down robot. Nothing more, nothing less. It's only broken machinery. You can always buy another one to replace it. It's not something to get so worked up over. I feel my insides convulsing. A faint, sorrowful voice flows out of my mouth. I don't know anymore. I just don't. When you're able to do something like this, without a second thought, I don't know if we humans are really better than androids. I don't know what part of nature makes us any better than Lucy. I just don't know anymore. People take pride in being human, and people do not want to lose their power to govern the world. That is why they fear robots, avoid robots, show contempt for robots, and eventually do something like this without batting an eyelash. Can we say for sure that compared to this android lying on the ground, compared to Lucy, are we humans truly more deserving to exist on this planet? I wasn't so sure anymore. Yee. Meh. Uh-oh. Suddenly, I heard a voice. It was Lucy's voice. Aw, she's still up. I mean, it's gonna take more than just fire to kill her, you know? I think. I'm not sure. Aw, there she is. She sounded strained, as if her light was about to be flickered out in any second. Her body was damaged to the point it was almost painful to look at, but she still retained her usual voice that I had been longing for. Her eyes were firmly locked onto my face. You! Are you alright? Aww. Jesus. Her voice is quivering uncontrollably. Her body is also making a lot of strange crackling noises. She doesn't look alright at all. She looks as if she's about to seize up at any moment. And yet, despite such hindrance, she was trying hard. She was trying hard to say something. So it wasn't him that let her up. He just put the oil on her and she chose to go outside. I'm not sure what happened. I think the sunlight got her. I'm not sure. Mother Nature doesn't like androids. She's in such a pitiful state, yet she spoke so calmly. She sounded as if she was trying her best to make me feel at ease. Her stolid composure made my chest tighten. Oh, really? Really? Okay, so the Raws are the one where androids can't harm humans. No, the first one is where androids have to listen, I think. And the second have to listen to humans. The second one, I think, is you can't harm a human, I think. And the third one is I forgot the third one. Oh. It was all because of me. It was all because of the protagonist. Oh. Does that even work? Does that even count? Does that even count though? The three laws of robotics. The unescapable chains humans have bestowed on robots. Is she trying to say that she is in this state only because she broke the laws? Is she trying to say that the fire had nothing to do with it? I feel a sudden urge of anger welling up inside me. You idiot! What did I tell you? Run away! I told you to run away if something ever happens to you. I thought I made that very clear. I even ordered you to. Why didn't you listen? Why am I shouting at her? She is in horrible pain. Why didn't you listen and let yourself get hurt? Where's the question marks? Aww. After hearing those words, Lucy tried to smile. She tried her hardest to smile. Aww. Her voice was so faint that I couldn't make out what she was trying to say. What? The music changed. God damn. You could have waited. You could have left for at least one day. Come on, Lucy. This is sad. Can I get 3,000 likes? I don't want to put memes. I don't want to put memes here. That was really bad. This is not the correct time for memes. Well, you're not doing a very good job at the moment. But that was just a promise. You didn't have to wait for me. I told you that wasn't in order. You could have just ignored it. Yeah. A weak smile forms on her face.
いけません。ルーシーが約束を破ったら帰ってきて、もしルーシーがいなかったら、そうなったらきっとマスターは悲しむでしょうから、最初に見た悲しそうなマスターの顔をもう見たくはありませんので。ですから約束を破るわけにはいきませんでした。
And like that, she continued to spout nonsense. Nonsense that only a true robot could fathom.
ルーシーには責任がありますから、マスターのそばにいるという責任がありますから、マスターを幸せにする責任がありますから、その責任はきっとルーシーの命
Alright, now you're just being an idiot at this point,
大
Lucy.
切なものですから、
Come on, Lucy.
絶対に守らないといけませんから。
What? That doesn't make any sense at all. How am I supposed to be happy after seeing you like this? Oh, Jesus, uh-oh. Her body began to convulse. I understood the implications behind such an abnormal movements. She was making her final struggle. That I would never be able to hear her voice again. She won't ever be coming outside to greet me again. Or making me angry with her silliness. Or lightly caressing on my forehead. The tears blurring my vision, making it hard to see. I hastily wiped my wet eyes clean.
泣かないでください。ルーシーは大丈夫です。
I could not understand the meaning behind her words. What could possibly be fine? Is this really fine for you? And then ending it like this. Are you really okay with that?
覚えていてくれるのなら、ルーシーをいつまでも覚えていてくれるのでしたら、ルーシーは満足です。ルーシーの姿がマスターの中で永遠に、それならルーシーは満足。それこそ
Aww.
ルーシーが求めていた。
I understood. I understood what she was about to say. The eternity she wished for. Not in the literal sense, but the true eternity we had discussed in the past.
覚えていてくれるのでしたら、後悔はしません。ルーシーの選択を後悔しない自信があります。だから覚えていてくれますよね。永遠にルーシーの姿を
Oh my god, this is so sad.
くれますよね。
You're being too selfish. Acting on your own like that. Even if you're fine with the whole situation. Even if you had no regrets. What am I supposed to do? Now that she's leaving me behind, what am I supposed to do? Oh no. Lucy's head is shaking a little. Oh.
あれ、おかしい。もし訳ございません。だんだん耳が
It's like a slow and painful death. Jesus. Oh. Oh
したね。まだ返事を聞けてないのに。
Her voice is gradually changing. The crystal voice she once had is now turning into a garbled mess, just like when we first met. Just like back then when she used to be completely useless.
覚えていてくれますか?
Lucy's fingers are twitching.
しも
Just say yes. Just say yes. Nonetheless, Lucy continues to press on. With a voice that might cut off at any second, she's still desperately trying to hear my answer. I have to make up my mind. After seeing her struggle, I have to make up my mind right here, right now. While holding back the cries welling up inside, I give her a nod with my tear-stricken face. I will remember you, damn it! Lucy smiles.
よかったです。やっと願いが叶い
Aww. Lucy? Lucy? Uh-oh. Now, I have not cried in a really long time. So, sorry if I get a bit too much out of myself. But that was sad. That was the end of it. With that, the conversation never went on. With that, she no longer responded to my cries. The light never returned to her eyes. Now those eyes will no longer meet my gaze. She will no longer smile at me. And she won't be coming back for all eternity. In the end, it was just like she wished for. I can say for sure that she will clearly be engraved in my memories. And with that, this pain will be remembered forever. I will never be able to forget, even if I wanted to. Now I have no choice but to remember. No matter how mentally exhausted and degraded I become, no matter how painful it becomes, I have no choice but to remember her existence. To remember her name, Lucy Valentine, and all the unpleasant memories that come along with it. That was what she wished for, and it was something unbearably cruel for me to endure. Oh boy! Bad ending! Bad ending! Meme review! No bull intentions. What does that mean? Obviously I chose the wrong one, alright? I know. I tried wrong choices, I guess. I guess this is... I don't know if this is like the normal ending. I'm assuming it's a bad ending because it's... You know, the choices that I've made aren't really... I guess they're not great. They weren't supposed to be good. But story-wise, I personally think this was really good. Lucy was the only voice actor, I think, for the most part. No one else really had a part in it. Let's see. Lucy was an interesting fellow. Lucy was the only android that actually acted like a human being. Although I never really got to compare her to an actual other android. So it kind of struck to me that she was acting like any other android until they said, you know, oh well, she acts differently now. I don't know what to say. I'm really bad at like thinking about it. All I can think about is the last part. Oh, there she goes. I didn't think it was gonna end so soon. Oh, there's another one. There's more. Hey, Gears. Hey. What's up? You listening? I guess not. Cheer up. Oh, come on. What's wrong with you? You're even making me depressed. This is why I warned you not to get attached to her so much. Robots are robots. Humans are humans. You weren't hurt because you couldn't tell the two apart. You crossed the line. The line that wasn't meant to be crossed. And I made it clear for you too. I warned you that you'll be the only one hurt in the end. Ah, really? How foolish of you. Oh, I remained silent. I have nothing to say. Well, now that I think about it, maybe this turned out to be a pretty good experience for you after all. What? I raised up my head to look at him. The fact that you finally learned your lesson makes it all worth it, I think. It may have been a harsh lesson, but wasn't there some merit to it? You should know this better than anyone else. Well, I guess you're right. Then let us start enjoying life properly. What do you mean? There are a lot more interesting things in life than androids. So, let's go find out what's in store for us. Because, to be honest, we've devoted a huge chunk of our lives just to study, right? It's time for us to catch up on all the fun stuff. How about you give me an example? Alright. First, we should try to get to know some girls. You sound as if you haven't been trying. That's just mean. Anyway, there are always women out there who are much more attractive than Lucy. And of course, women with better figures too. Although you won't be dealing with a robot, there must be someone who's as nice as Lucy. With a woman like that, you should try getting into a serious relationship. And go traveling to all kinds of different places together. And make lots of special memories. Let's try all the fun things we've missed out on. And eventually, you'll be able to move on from this incident. Well, doesn't that sound exciting? It doesn't sound like what a person with an ACT coming up on the next couple of days would say. Ha ha, that's true. But whatever, we're both responsible people. And to top of that, studying should not be your biggest concern right now. He gives me a poke on the chest. I tilt my head in confusion. Curing this place right here is our top priority. Gears is amazing. Gears is a good buddy. Gears is a good fella. Yeah. It might be good to go out and enjoy myself from time to time. Yeah? You're excited too, right? I'm telling you, things will definitely pick up from now on. Just trust me and look forward to it. Come on, cheer up. Brush off the dust and get back up. To those words, I gave a small nod. I genuinely appreciated him for going this far to cheer me up. And at the same time, I felt apologetic. So it's like an epilogue. Or I guess that was the only one. Nope. Oh, it's him now. Man, you look like you got to hell and back. I'm sorry. About what? I couldn't keep my promise. Even though I said I would take good care of her. And I was wondering what you were going on about. That's not something you should be apologizing to me about, is it? There's no point. Yeah. And just in case there's any hope left inside you, I'll make it clear again. Her body, her memory chips, and everything else, they were all completely destroyed in the fire. This isn't something even I can handle. I'm waving the white flag. She's a goner. Even if you went to the genius who made Lucy, he probably wouldn't be able to fix her up. I know. Alright. As long as you understand. There is a moment of calm. The atmosphere is heavy with silence. Hey, can I ask you something? What is it? Do you regret it? Regret it? Yeah, about finding out about Lucy. Do you regret it? I ponder for a moment. If I'd known that it would end like this, maybe it would have been a bother not to have met Lucy at all. If I had never found her about her existence. If I had never picked her up at the junkyard in the first place. Maybe I could have been much happier? I tried to place myself in a different scenario. There's more choices? Really? Even after this? This is the epilogue. Alright, so I'm gonna find out. I'm just gonna do the one choice and then do the other choice in a bit. But I seriously don't regret it, or I regret it. Let's say the scenario where I regret it. I guess I do regret it a little. I wouldn't be suffering so much if I had never picked her up in the first place. I don't understand how I could be feeling so down when I've lived my childhood practically alone. It appears that I've changed quite a lot ever since Lucy entered my life. You'll be able to move on someday. Move on? Yeah. They say time heals all wounds, right? It sounds cliche, but it's true. It is true. The pain you're experiencing from your loss will eventually disappear without a trace. Do you really think so? Yeah. You can't possibly dwell on Lucy for the rest of your life, right? So forget about her. Don't say that. I guess you're right. That's what I'll need to do. The repairman did not say anything else. Well, alright. Forget about it. Alright. Just like that, I left the store. I thought to myself that it'd be great if things happened as he said. After my pain has subsided, after I put Lucy in the past, would I be really be able to live just like before? Would I be really to live on without feeling any pain? I wondered. Alright, and then I'm gonna do the whole. I guess that was it for that one. Daily logs of robotics. So, a robot may not injure a human being, alright, and a robot must obey orders, alright, and the robot must protect its own existence. Oh god! Hello? Oh, 20 years later. Whoa, I did not expect that. Kinda reminded me of some Doki Doki shit. I arrived at the airport in a taxi. It's time to say goodbye to Korea. I have to go on a business trip to the US. It won't be a short one. I probably won't be coming back for a while. I'm reminded of the past as I glance at my surroundings. I've made so many memories here. It is my birthplace. It is my birthplace after all. But it'll be quite a fresh experience stepping onto a new land. Keeping track of the flight times aboard the plane heading into America. Time passes whilst I settle comfortably into my chair. An android approaches me and hands me a menu. I decide on a simple meal. After receiving my order with a smile, the robot leaves. My stare lingers on its back for a while. The image reminded me of something. Something back from my youth. A broken down robot. It takes me a while to remember its name. I wonder what its name was. Aww. Lucy Valentine. That was probably it. I was really quite immature back then. I can't believe I was able to cry over a mere robot like that. At the time, I seriously felt that my world had crumbled. I suppose I was too naive. My cheeks had reddened from reminiscing about that particular incident. Well, whatever. I'm sure everyone else had at least one or two embarrassing memories of their own. I feel foolish, yet at the same time, miss who I was back then. Now that gets me thinking. Have I really changed since that event long ago? It's not something I can judge alone, though. Staring at my wife's face displayed on my phone screen, I've become lost in thought. Oh god, you have a wife now? Whoa, man! 20 years later, you're like, I want to say like 30s or 40s. No, 30s. Or maybe late 20s, 30s. That's what I like to think. A stable job. Notable social status in society. A fairly large home and expensive imported vehicles. A beautiful wife and adoring, loving children. Wow, this guy got... Wow. Can I be like this guy? Without hesitation, I could proudly say that I've been living a happy, enjoyable life. If I hadn't moved on with my attachment to robots in the past, if I had stayed foolish and naive like that back then, I would have never had been able to obtain what I have today. If I'm truly being honest with myself, perhaps I do have some regrets. But what's done is done. The choices I've made have defined the kind of man who I am now. People simply change as they mature. That's the reality. My eyes begin to dim. With sleep overtaking me, the name from my past fades. I know that once I awake, such memories will have been forgotten once more, without knowing if they'll ever return to me. And like always, I will be continuing to look forward to the future. Yeesh. It's like a... Damn, dude. It's not a good ending in a sense, because you're forgetting Lucy. Forgotten memory, yeah. Yeah, great job. CG gallery. Nice. Nice! So there's more stuff, I guess, to it now. Alright, that epilogue has a lot of things that I want to just think about. It gives me a mixed feeling of both happiness and regret, because it's like, alright, you're moving on with your life. You moved on with your life, yes. You have a good life, yes. Good job, family, house. But it kind of ruins the whole point of the game, or of the story. Lucy is Lucy supposed to be like a stepping stone for your life or something? Like, you know, it kind of contradicts what this entire story is supposed to be, I think, because it's supposed to be about Lucy, and if the ending is without Lucy, it kind of ruins everything, you know. And of course, I know this is not I'm sure that this isn't the true ending, right? Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the epilogue and choose it differently. See if that changes anything. I don't regret it. Let's see if I don't regret it. What if I end up in a bad place? Laughter suddenly escapes my mouth. Without hesitation, I replied to the repairman's question. I don't particularly regret it, and I don't plan on doing so in the future. I see. The repairman quietly stares at me for a good long while. Anyway, I've been short on my hands around here lately. Short on hands? Yeah, would you ever consider working here? I can't afford to pay you that much, but if you're alright with that, I'm willing to take you in. You can build up on some work experience. I'll teach you a lot of things. It'll be tough to find someone as skilled as I am, you know. So how about it? Normally, I wouldn't be inclined to take on such an offer, but now things were different. Well, working here doesn't sound particularly bad. I'll be sure to think it over. With that said, I head towards the exit. Alright, I need to know if this changes anything. This is a long episode, by the way. Yeah, it is a long episode. Oh, what happened? Oh, this is different, I think. Alright, what's happening? I opened the door and stepped outside. I was immediately greeted by the chilled wind of autumn. While zipping up my jacket, I looked up towards the sky. I spotted a glint of sunlight shining through the cracks between the clouds. For some reason, I found the spectacle of mesmerizing. It was truly breathtaking. Even on this cold day, I'm sure Lucy would have loved to see this sight. Just thinking about it made me laugh. Oh. No, there is no ending. There is no, like, special ending for you. Oh, well, I don't want to skip this, though. It's just another credits. You may think it's over, but I am not done with this game. I am not done with this game yet. Whoa. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm getting... Oh.